It's me, Roger. I'm back to make a little video where I reveal all my little secrets. Are your hands clean? Are you subscribed? So let's not waste any more time. Let's go. Hello, today we are going to make a large semi-white bread for big families from approximately 1.650 kg of semi-white flour or T550, 1 liter of water, 40 gram of salt, 50 gram of baker's yeast, beer yeast, and 200 gram of fermented dough. To begin with, our initial step involves thoroughly combining the water with the flour. It's important to ensure that nothing else is added at this stage, as we are focusing solely on these two ingredients for the perfect mixture. Given that we have lower quality flours than those from millers and that we don't have auxiliary products, we need to sort to other tricks. So we have added the water, the flour, and we will set it to first speed for 2 minutes. Only the water and the flour, nothing else. I'll see you in 2 minutes. We will let the mixed water and flour rest for 1 hour, which we call hydrating the flour, in order to give it strength. I will not go into the technical details now, but know that you will have a much softer dough and well-elastic gluten with this system. So, either you cover it with a cloth, or I have a suitable plastic that fits well on top to prevent it from forming small pieces, and we will meet again in an hour. An hour has passed. I will just show you the hydration, what it does to you, in detail, and explain. It actually already gives quite a bit of dough, but it has no structure. It is in fact a bit more like tearing, or rather ripping apart. The gluten is not yet formed, but now we are going to need all of this. So at first we start by adding the yeast, which is a crucial ingredient in the process, followed by the fermented dough. Next we will proceed to run this mixture on the first speed setting for a total of 6 minutes. And after these 6 minutes, we will add the salt. We will run it 3 times faster for 4 minutes. So let's go, and I'll see you when the dough is finished. At the end of the kneading, what I will do is retrieve the dough. For that I will still put a little bit of flour because it is a bit sticky, and a bit of flour on my work surface. There you go. I specify that I have a volume of approximately 7 liters in my bowl, which allows me to make nice quantities of dough. If you have a smaller bowl, you can definitely make half of the recipe. That works very well too. But simply keep the same process and just the same kneading times as you did before. And there you go. So now I have a nice dough that has a nice consistency. I will simply make a ball with it. Put a small amount of the fine white flour, just a little bit more. There you go. I will just simply cover it with a cloth. And I will let the dough rest for about 30 minutes, allowing it rise beautifully and achieve the perfect texture. I'll see you back here in 30 minutes to continue with the next steps of our recipe. As we can see, the dough has risen well, and we are just simply going to fold it a bit. We take the 4 corners and fold them over carefully. And we gently start again with the other 4 points. We gently turn the dough over, and I add a little flour. And we will let it sit there for about another hour this time. so that it develops approximately rich and deep flavor profile and become very voluminous. I'll see you in an hour. Here we are, an hour later. As we can see, the dough has risen very well. In this step, we are now going to carefully and meticulously shape it, ensuring that every detail is attended to. So to do this, we will turn it upside down and fold the edges towards the center to release the carbon dioxide that has formed during fermentation. There you go. It's the simplest and most effective way for you to very easily make a nice ball. Then I carefully prepared a tray where I carefully placed parchment paper on top to carefully prevent sticking. I place my dough on it and I will wait about half an hour to 40 minutes for it to rise nicely. I will cover it so that it cooks. So I'll see you in approximately 30 to around 40 minutes or so for the baking. I would have preheated the oven to 210 degrees. 5 minutes have passed. We can see that it has developed very, very well. Now we will move on to the cutting. For a bread like this, I like to sprinkle a little flour on top to give it a slightly rustic look. So here we go. I sprinkle a little flour. Then for the cutting, you need a knife that cuts extremely well. Some use razor blades. I prefer a serrated knife. This way it grips well and cuts well. The knife really needs to be well sharpened. In this step, I will carefully remove the outer crust by cutting it away. Then I will make a small, precise incision into the bread. This preparation is crucial for the next stage of our recipe, ensuring the texture and appearance are perfect for our culinary creation. In this particular direction, you should proceed carefully. There you go. And once you have reached that point, move diagonally to continue on your path. This way my bread will develop very well in the oven. There you go. Now I will just be able to safely put my bread in the oven. The oven is preheated to 220 degrees. I will carefully place my bread inside. And I will carefully and slowly add water, a deciliter of water, to create steam. So let me explain. For that, I have a syringe that holds a deciliter. I will explain where you can find this. Very inexpensive. At the bottom of my oven, I placed an old pan that I no longer use. On top a rack. Not directly at the bottom, so that it heats up. And when I add a deciliter of water, it immediately creates steam. And now I will lower my oven to 180 degrees and let it run on convection heat for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we just do a quick check to monitor the color and the appearance of the bread. You can see here that it is taking on a nice color and that the temperature is good. If the color is too dark, we need to lower the temperature a bit. We will let it bake for another 15 minutes, and then the baking should be complete. There you go. It has now been 45 minutes since our bread has been in the oven. We are going to check it. For that, I will take it out. Be careful with the mold. Here is our bread taken out of the oven. You just need to be careful, it's a bit hot. Tap underneath. If it sounds hollow, it's cooked. Now I will place it on a rack so that it doesn't sit directly on a flat surface, like a table or anything else. Otherwise it would become damp underneath. So here is this bread. Now you just absolutely need to let this beautiful bread cool. There you go. Now you know how to make this beautiful bread so that you succeed in making it perfectly and impress your guests. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now that you know how to do it, go ahead, make it. It's not difficult. And I'll see you soon for the next video. Goodbye. Please don't forget to kindly give a thumbs up, subscribe,
and consider supporting my channel by sharing my videos. And thank you for leaving a comment below and sharing this video with your friends and family members.